Isaiah 2. Here is the message about Judah and Jerusalem that was revealed to Isaiah, son of Amoz. In future days, the mount of the Lord's temple will endure as the most important of mountains, and it will be the most prominent of hills. All the nations will stream to it. Many people will come and say, "Come, let us go up to the Lord's mountain, to the temple of the God of Jacob, so that he can teach us his requirements, and we can follow his standards." For Zion will be the center for moral instruction. The Lord's message will issue from Jerusalem. He will judge disputes between nations. He will settle cases for many peoples. They will beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nations will not take up sword against other nations, and they will no longer train for war. O descendants of Jacob, come, let us walk in the Lord's guiding light. Indeed, O Lord, you have abandoned your people, the descendants of Jacob. For diviners from the east are everywhere. They consult omens, readers like the Philistines do. Plenty of foreigners all around. Their land is full of gold and silver. There is no end to their wealth. Their land is full of horses. There is no end to their chariots. Their land is full of worthless idols. They worship the product of their own hands, what their own fingers have fashioned. Men bow down to them in homage. They lie flat on the ground in worship. Don't spare them. Go up into the rocky cliffs. Hide in the ground. Get away from the dreadful judgment of the Lord, from his royal splendor. Proud men will be brought low. Arrogant men will be humiliated. The Lord alone will be exalted in that day. Indeed, the Lord of heaven's armies has planned a day of judgment. For all the high and mighty, for all of the proud, they will be humiliated. For all the cedars of Lebanon that are so high and mighty, for all the oaks of Bashan, for all the tall mountains, for all the high hills, for every high tower, for every fortified wall, for every large ship, for every impressive ship. Sorry, need a drink. Proud men will be humiliated. Arrogant men will be brought low. The Lord alone will be exalted in that day. The worthless idols will be completely eliminated. They will go into the caves, into the rocky cliffs, and into holes in the ground, trying to escape the dreadful judgment of the Lord and his royal splendor, when he rises up to terrify the earth. At that time, men will throw their silver and gold idols, which they made for themselves to worship, into the caves where rodents and bats live. So they themselves can go into the crevices of the rocky cliffs and the openings under the rock overhangs, trying to escape the dreadful judgment of the Lord and his royal splendor when he rises up to terrify the earth. Stop trusting in human beings whose life breath is in their nostrils. For why should they be given special consideration? You're supposed to be hearing this crescendo. It's ebbing, it's flowing, it's increasing, it's compounding. Which is one reason why, I don't enjoy Isaiah. It's like this is I want to say the song that never ends, but I got to come up with another word. It is the blight that never ends. Anyway, so again, the message is coming and it's going out through Isaiah. We didn't look up Isaiah's name. We can do that real quick. Why don't we do that? Look up Isaiah, son of Amoz. The word in which Isaiah, son of Amoz, was considered Judah and Jerusalem. Concerning Judah and Jerusalem. Okay, they're just telling us a footnote of word order there. Okay. All right. Bum, bum, bum. Supersonic Saved by Grace. Thank you, friend. 5-hour stream. The streamer started getting weird things he said. Oh, sorry.
3470. Yeshayahu. Yeshayahu. Second entry. Yeshayahu. Yeshayahu.
Okay, so Isaiah, God has saved. God has saved. Son of Amoz. What does his father's name tell us? Anything?
Strong's H 531. Amoz.
So he is the son of strong. His father is strong, and he will save. Very cool. All right. So in future days, so we had destruction is coming, but we have a promise of future days. We had destruction was coming in the last chapter, but there will be a remnant. This is one of those things that constantly is said to Judah, sometimes mentioned to Israel, rarely mentioned to the surrounding nations when their judgment comes. But with Judah, it is a constant. There is a remnant, and there will be a future. And in this future, the Lord's temple, his mountain will endure. His mountain is the real place of worship, not the temple built by human hands, but the dwelling place of God on the mountain of God. That's the prominent. It's the most prominent of hills, and everyone from around the world is going to come to worship at this place. The Gentiles are going to come in. The other nations are going to come in. It's going to be the place where everyone comes to learn directly from God, and peace is going to abound. They are going to beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nations will not take up sword against other nations. They will no longer train for war. Okay, so if there are times where I point out that one of the things that you need to see is that when a prophet is writing, that it is thinking often of a future that is in the lifetime of the reader of the book. Here's one of those times where I don't think that they can think about this in a sense of all of the nations are coming to Jerusalem, and they're going to see it in their lifetime because it doesn't happen in their lifetime, and they go off into exile. So this has to be one of those times where this is all future, and it is not for the people who are receiving it. It is a promise to them for their children to hold on to. Dio, I wonder why the guy is that says every Greek word, his voice is in every Bible app and site you use. Oh, that's interesting. Well, they might all be using Strong's, or maybe it's, yeah, I don't know who he is either. Rockstar, that's so funny. You read that Amos was probably a prominent figure, and now we see that his name is Strong. Yeah. You consider that it's secretly Dave Ramsey, the one reading. Zach, I am so cold, but I'm also falling asleep with the blanket on me. Oh, Zach, I hope you feel better. I know you had said you and your mom were not feeling well. So get well, my friend. Continued prayers for you. The descendants of Jacob come up. Let us walk with the Lord's guiding light. Indeed, O Lord, you have abandoned your people. Wait. O descendants of Jacob, come, let us walk with the... Okay, so invitation, but they have not done it. I read that wrong. Indeed, your peoples have abandoned you, the descendants. They are just like the other nations. They are going after diviners. They are going and trying to seek other gods, and their land is full of gold and silver. There is no end to their wealth. So you're trying to be like the other nations who have gold and silver, horses and chariots. Their land is full of worthless idols, so they also have that. And they produced it by their own hands. Do you not realize that? They do all of these things to these idols. And you know what's going to happen? They're going to be destroyed, and they're going to lose all of their splendor. I love this. The proud men will be brought low. Arrogant men will be humiliated. Like, you think you're all that in a bag of chips? You know what happens to a bag of chips? It gets crushed, and it's just crumbs. That's what happens in all the shipping. You get all the crumbs on the bottom. You're the crumbs on the bottom, my friend. You are not all that in a bag of chips, Mr. Proud Man. You arrogant man, you will be brought low and humiliated. Quit oppressing the poor, the widow, the orphan, and the foreigner. Yeah, and I getting over a cold. I've got this cough that has lingered for about 6-8 weeks. Indeed, the Lord of armies has planned a day of judgment. So here's one of those things that we kind of often say is, why doesn't God act? Why doesn't God act? Why doesn't God act? Why doesn't God act? And then when God acts, we go, oh, it wasn't fair of God to act. Like, look at this. Like, go talk to people who are not following God. And by that, I mean, they don't believe in the Bible. They're not Christians, but they will talk about it like it's not fair about what God does when he's going and judging people. And then the other thing that they will say is, why does God allow these things to happen in the world around? I can't believe that God allows war to happen and school shootings and name the thing that they're upset about. And it's like, you can't have it both ways. You can't be mad that God doesn't act, and you can't be mad that in the past he has acted, and you don't like the way he acted in the past, but you're demanding he acts now, and you're like, what kind of God would do this? Or I don't believe in a God because he allows this. Like, you can't have it both ways, people. You can't. So God is patient, and he is waiting, and he lets the evil that people do accumulate before he acts. Why? Because we have a chance to influence and intervene in their lives before he does. So rather than waiting for God to act, we can step into that space and hopefully make an impact and an influence before such times happen. We can respond with righteousness. We can respond with justice instead of we participating in the very things they're doing by exploiting people. Okay. So cedars of Lebanon, oaks of Bashan, for all tall mountains and for all the high mountains, every high tower, every fortified wall. Like, you get, like, it's just like, it's like crescendoing, like, and all of these people and all of those people and all of these people and these as well, and those things that are representative of them: high mountains and trees and hills and towers and walls and ships and impressive, and they're all going to be destroyed. Yeah, and the worthless idols will be eliminated. And then we'll go into the caves, and they're going to hide. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to hide their gods in their caves, too. They're taking it with them. And they're going to all hide in the caves. And you know what's in the caves? There's rodents and bats. This is not a luxurious vacation. They're trying to hide in the rocky crevices. And they're desperate, trying to flee from the pending doom. It's not good. Oh, you know, by the way, not saying justification or anything like this, but just saying, you know, what actually happened is, like, think about this. Saddam Hussein was found in a hole in the ground, and when the Taliban was, you know, fighting, they were hiding out in caves too. So, like, yeah, you know, there is this. Like, you can't be out in the open when a mightier power is coming against you. You gotta go and hide and try to save your life. And then here's an ultimate slap in the face. Stop trusting in human beings whose life breath is in their nostrils. Okay, let's just look at that. Who's trusting the president? Who's trusting their governor? Who's trusting, like, name whatever, you know, your king, your queen, like your prime minister. Why do we trust in people? We shouldn't. We shouldn't put our trust in people. We should put our trust in God. Okay, we look to them because they happen to be rulers in our nations. I get that. But I have no confidence, and it doesn't matter about party here either. I have no confidence in my government to do all the things that I think it should do and to help the poor, the widow, the orphan, and the foreigner. I don't see them doing it. And then that's just not what they're going to do. They're going to vote for the people who give them the most power, or sorry, they're going to act for the people who give them the most power so that they can maintain the power that they have. That's the system that we have. So, yeah, sometimes they do right things, and a lot of times they don't. And yeah, it's better than other systems. So I'm not complaining, and I don't want to go anywhere else. I'm simply saying I'm not trusting in them to do the things that need done. I want God to do the things that need done. And I want his followers to do the things that need done. Okay.